Again, IT to OT. We're going to place the attacker on the IT network. In the OT, so we have a simulator, a SCADA master. We have Nozomi, listen passively, and FortiGate is the one who is basically the gateway. So we check the policy on the FortiGate. At the moment, we basically have for demo purposes, we basically have the allow policy between the IT and the OT at the moment. Right. Now let's check on Nozomi. So at the moment we simulated some traffic of the typical OT environment. The use case here is to provide visibility into OT.
What type of environment?
This is actually this is from an energy client utility, and obviously from the graphical representation we can show the roles within the OT environment. So what is a SCADA master versus slave? From here also you can get a bit more detailed information, telemetry, a little bit of information about the protocols that are in use. Now the next thing I'm going to show is the asset view. So actually from here, now that we're recording, might as well show you the links of all the all the links that are in place in the OT environment and the protocol. So the links are from what system to what system or what protocol. They could be talking over the TCP/IP stack, but they could be also a Modbus field or something else. So that's why you see some MAC address talking to other MAC addresses. We do the same for the sessions and track what they're active. So for asset view, basically a very detailed information on all the assets. I'm going to pick this one. We can show basically vendor name, firmware versions, and in this case all the hardware components. So this is actually the physical PLCs that are running on the slots on this controller. What we can do when we have this type of information is do a matching to existing vulnerabilities, so publicly known vulnerabilities that are applicable to this system, and get some information, reference, and external links. Now, the next use case is the process view. So the process view is inherent to basically the process to what is in the OT environment. So what we do here is for every single variable that is running in the OT network, we make sure we capture the historical data, and we do basically a mapping or baseline of what normal looks like, right? So for this, we're going to capture what the minimum, the maximum, the ranges that they oscillate, and that's going to be useful to create the baselining. Okay, we do that for all the variables. But what it means is, in a real environment, this is your RPM, your voltages, your actual actuators or sensors in a real environment. So we check here, basically for demo purposes, we have learning mode. That's fine. At the moment, we don't have any alerts, so it's empty. And the last thing what we have is the firewall integration with Fortinet. So we review, we have the firewall integration working fine, and the policy that we apply is basically the full policy, so the full blocking.
Wow.
All right. So no alerts. So let's go to our simulated environment. So what we have here is we have sorry, before we do that, we change the learning into protection mode. Okay, I'm doing this manually. We also have a automated dynamic setting, so you never forget. That's why the dynamic is for. So we're going to change now for protection mode.
Fresh and check.
Let's check that now this is on protection mode. Refresh here, right? So protecting, all good. So now let's go to our environment. So here we have basically a simulator of SCADA master. So we created some, basically using Modbus protocol, we created some values in some register. So what we're going to do here is simulate an attacker that basically the first thing he's going to do is try to read the register, right? So it's going to read the register. As we can see here, it's reading the register 211, which is this slot here, right? Now let's see what's going on, what happened, or what did Nozomi detected when we did that. If we go back to the alerts, now the alerts detected few activity going on, right? Detected a new node. Most importantly, detected it's a new SCADA function, right? Not just network, let's say not just network activity, but this is actually application level activity, right? It's actually understanding what the function codes, so we can provide more information about that. All right. So now if we go back and now the attacker is read. Now the attacker we're gonna say wants to write maybe a register. He wants to modify the register. Maybe he wants to set the data to a completely different value. Let's say 666, right? Now you want to execute that write register. So if we do that, run, nothing happened.
What?
What's happening? What? So if we go to our Fortinet that we had the policy before, what's happening here is there's now an automated, we have a policy of blocking. So now it blocked the attacker automated.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby, exactly. And if we see here, basically the attacker failed to blow up the facility. And Nozomi and Fortinet saved the war. Stop the recording. How good that fucking demo. Bro, that's the best demo than just that. It's actually like we have a SCADA master, we read register, we like in simulation.